Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope you are well. If you're new, welcome, and if you're revisiting, thanks for stopping by again. So today I actually thought I would feature two concealers that I think I might have featured on my channel before, but I've never actually given them much kind of in detail attention. So the two concealers I'm talking about are from Revolution Beauty, and they are the full cover camouflage concealer and the Conceal and Define concealers. So they're two different concealers from the same brand, and this one is a full coverage concealer. Actually, they're both full coverage. I think this one's medium to full, this one is full. So they're two different consistencies, or two different formulas rather. This one is really thick, and this is more of a moussey type of texture. So the two colors I'm going to use are in C12, sorry. So C12 is more of like a light to medium type of color, and I'm just going to apply the full coverage concealer on this side, and I'm going to apply the Conceal and Define on this side. I have used these concealers before, like I said, but I don't think I've ever really tested to see what my thoughts are. I do kind of have thoughts on them because I have worn them before, and I do feel like the full coverage one doesn't crease as much because I have kind of natural creases. I've always had creases. I have extra skin around my eyes. I have hooded lids, so I feel like when I apply this concealer, it sinks into my lines by the end of the day, or at least a good few hours after I finish my makeup. Whereas this one, although it also sinks into my lines, I feel like it holds itself together more, whereas this one tends to break up. I'm also not sure if it's dependent on the amount of powder I put under my eyes as well, so I think I'm going to do the two and apply, you know, a light amount of powder and see, just to make sure that it's not me applying too much powder, if that makes sense. So this concealer retails for £4. You get 3.4 ml. This retails for £5. It's part of the new launch with the Revolution Pro range, and it retails for £5, and you get 8.5 ml with this. And also with this one, you don't need a lot. You only need like a quarter of a pea size on both eyes, and it blends out really well. Both I find blend really easily, so that really isn't really a problem in terms of blendability, but it's more how it wears that I'm concerned about, and I feel like I get more of a wear out of this one. So I'm going to apply the full coverage on my left side, and I'm going to apply the Conceal and Define on my right side. So the shades I'm going to use are C12 and yeah, I'm just going to apply both of them just in case I haven't said that before. So I'm going to use this small amount. So it has a large doe foot applicator similar to Tarte Shape Tape. You probably would have seen on loads of videos of people comparing this to Tarte Shape Tape, but I've never used Tarte's concealer, so I can't say. And I'm going to use this for my under eye just to see how it blends out. Normally I just blend out with my fingers as well, or a brush, depends on my mood. I'm just going to turn the sponge around and then use the other side of the sponge to apply the concealer on that side. Actually, let me finish applying one side of my face first. You probably hear my daughter in the background. She's just having a field day talking to herself. And also there's a slight difference in the finish of these two concealers. So the Camouflage Concealer has a more of a dewy, tacky finish, whereas the Conceal and Define sets really clear. It sets matte. So that's something to consider depending on your skin type, and basically your skin type. So if you have dry skin, this might not be a good one for you, or you might not need to powder. But I have normal skin on my under eye area, so I'm not really bothered in terms of how it feels. I feel like with the full coverage concealer though, it has more of a natural everyday, more of a natural finish because it's slightly dewy and slightly tacky. So if you're not one to kind of set your, if you're not one to set your concealers or your if you're not one to set your concealer, then this might be more of a better fit for you. So I'm gonna finish this off with the brush, probably just to blend it out a bit more. But in the meantime, I will, oh, so I wanted to zoom in just so you can see how it looks on my under eye. So as you can see, both are settling into the lines in my under eye area, and it looks really grey, but it's fine. I'm gonna cover it with powder. All I need is something to brighten my under eye area, so I just rub it off with my fingers, and then I'm gonna set it with powder. So the powder I like using are from Makeup Academy, MUA. You see this in Superdrugs, and they have a banana powder and a neutralizing apricot powder. These are the colors. So that's the banana, that's the apricot. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish blending the foundation out with actually with that sponge, with my L'Oreal sponge. So I just use the damp sponge and dip it into the powder and then apply it to my face. And then with a brush, I'll apply the apricot, neutralizing apricot powder. So what I do is blend the apricot into the banana powder, just so the banana powder doesn't look so harsh against my skin. So yeah, so this is my finished face. And yeah, so so once I've applied the concealer and the powder, I'll just finish up the rest of my face, and then I'll set it. So the setting spray that I've used is my Pro Fixing Spray. I don't think it affects the concealer in any way, to be honest. The purpose of this video is just to see how the concealer wears. So I've applied the 2 concealers, and I've already set my face with some powder. So I'll come back later on to show you how the powder and how the concealer has looked, has lasted on my face. So yeah, so I will see you later on. Hi everyone, so I'm back and it is now 12:35, no 12:30, sorry, and it's been about 8.5 hours. So I've had the concealer on for 8.5 hours since 4 o'clock, I think, or was it 4:05? So as you can see, actually taking in my whole face, my face actually still looks good. It's not too oily, and considering that all I had was powder and concealer and no foundation, I'm just checking for creasing. So I think, so this is the side that I had the Conceal Define, and this is the side that I had the full cover camouflage concealer. And I think slightly, this side might be slightly, not might be, this side is slightly better. On this side I think you can see my lines a bit more, but on this side is not as bad. So I think that concealer holds together just a little bit more, bearing in mind this looks a lot better than what it normally looks like at the end of the day. So I'm actually really impressed with how this looks. So I think I know now that if I'm going to wear either one of these concealers, I just won't take the foundation so far under my eyes, so there's less product there. So that's obviously another lesson learned as well. If you're like myself and you have lines under your eyes, or you have just some extra skin, or whatever it is, the trick is definitely to not put so much product in the under eye area. And bearing in mind I didn't put a lot of powder as well, so I just pressed it in and then I buffed it out with a little bit more. But yeah, so I definitely like how they both performed, and I will still use both of them. So before, when I wasn't sure which one was performing better and I thought it might have been this one, I am right, and it is this one, because I do slightly prefer how this side of my eye looks, but this side doesn't actually look as bad. So if I pour the skin, I'm not sure if you can see that the lines in my under eye are more obvious on this side. But I definitely still like the way they look, regarding the way they look, especially since I'm not wearing foundation. So now I know not to put too much. So if you're wondering if you have the same problem, maybe don't put foundation right up onto your under eye and just concentrate the concealer and the powder there. But that is my final thought on the two concealers. If you found this helpful, please don't forget to thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are on the concealers, and if you have any affordable concealers that don't crease, if you have any recommendations, please let me know. It would be great to try some more out. I do have the LA Girl concealer, and I know that one doesn't crease as much, but it does settle into my lines at the end of the day, like after a good few hours as well. But yeah, so in terms of drugstore concealers, I don't really have that many that don't crease on me. But they do hold up well, so I definitely really do like these concealers, and I'll continue to use them. So like I said, please comment down below, thumbs up, subscribe, and please turn on your notifications if you like my content, and if you want to see more from me. I do have loads of videos I'm trying to get out. So until next time, I will see you in my next video. Have a blessed night, and